Gwynedd Council is the governing body for the principal area of Gwynedd, one of the subdivisions of Wales within the United Kingdom. It is the only UK council where the administrative work is not conducted in English. The entirety of its internal work is conducted through the medium of Welsh. Creation of the authority. The present local government area of Gwynedd is made up of the ancient counties of Carmarthenshire and Merionethshire. These counties alongside Anglesey were merged in 1974 to create a much larger local government area called Gwynedd after the medieval kingdom of the same name. The governing body of this area was called Gwynedd County Council. The present governing body was formed following the local government reorganisation in Wales in 1996, which recommended the separation of Anglesey, the abolition of Gwynedd and the creation of the new county of Carmarthenshire and Merionethshire. This proposal was clearly unpopular because one of the first acts of this new authority was to rename itself Gwynedd Council. Second home controversy. Controversy erupted in mid-winter 2001 when Simon Glynn, Gwynedd Council's Housing Committee chairman and Plaid Cymru member, voiced frustration over English immigrants moving into traditionally Welsh-speaking communities. Glynn was commenting on a report underscoring the dilemma of rocketing house prices outstripping what locals could pay, with the report warning that traditional Welsh communities could die out as a consequence. Much of the rural Welsh real estate market was driven by buyers looking for second homes for use as holiday homes or for retirement. Many buyers were drawn to Wales from England because of relatively low house prices in Wales as compared to house prices in England. The rise in home prices outpaced the average earnings in Wales and meant that many local people could not afford to purchase the first home. In 2001, nearly a third of all purchases of properties in Gwynedd were by buyers from out of the county, with some communities reporting as many as a third of local homes used as holiday homes. Holiday homeowners typically spend less than 6 months of the year in the local community. The issue of locals being priced out of the local housing market is common to many rural communities throughout Britain, but in Wales the added dimension of language further complicates the issue, as many new residents do not learn the Welsh language. Concerned for the Welsh language under these pressures, Glynn said, "Once you have more than 50% of anybody living in a community that speaks a foreign language, then you lose your indigenous tongue almost immediately." Plaid Cymru had long advocated controls on second homes, and a 2001 task force headed by Daffod Wigley recommended that land should be allocated for affordable local housing, called for grants for locals to buy houses, and recommended that council tax on holiday homes should double, following similar measures in the Scottish Highlands. However, the Welsh Labour Liberal Democrat Assembly coalition rebuffed these proposals, with Assembly Housing spokesman Peter Black stating that, "We frame our planning laws around the Welsh language," adding, "Nor can we take punitive measures against second home owners in the way that they propose, as these will have an impact on the value of the homes of local people." By autumn 2001, the Exmoor National Park Authority in England began to consider limiting second home ownership there, which was also driving up local housing prices by as much as 31%. Elfyn Clwyd, Plaid Cymru's parliamentary group leader, said that the issues in Exmoor National Park were the same as in Wales. However, in Wales there is the added dimension of language and culture. Reflecting on the controversy Glynn's comments caused earlier in the year, Clwyd observed, "What is interesting is, of course, it is fine for Exmoor to defend the community, but in Wales when you try to say these things it is called racist." Clwyd called on other parties to join in a debate to bring the Exmoor experience to Wales when he said, I really do ask them, and I plead with them to come around the table and talk about the Exmoor suggestion and see if we can now bring it into Wales. By spring 2002, both the Snowdonia National Park and Pembrokeshire Coast National Park authorities began limiting second home ownership within the parks, following the example set by Exmoor. According to planners in Snowdonia and Pembroke, applicants for new homes must demonstrate a proven local need, or the applicant must have strong links with the area. Anti-Semitism. In 2014, the council passed a motion which called for a trade embargo with Israel and was subsequently accused of anti-Semitism by the organization Jewish Human Rights Watch. Legal action followed in 2016 and is ongoing. Governance. As of July 2011, Gwynedd County Council was governed by a Plaid Cymru administration. Plaid lost their overall control of the council in the 2008 UK local elections, forming a minority administration thereafter. Plaid currently have the largest grouping of councillors within the council, followed by independents, Gwynedd, the Labour Party, and the Liberal Democrats. Full council elections take place every 4 years. Current composition. Elections held on 3 May 2012. A by-election for Dyfrywys and Mynolf Erin was held in July 2010 and Les Gwynedd narrowly held the seat. Further by-elections in the Bowdr Rw, held in September 2010, and Sylhet, held in October 2010, led to a Plaid Cymru gain from Gwynedd and a Gwynedd gain from Independent respectively. A by-election for the vacant Arlechwed ward was held in June 2011, resulting in a Plaid Cymru gain from the Liberal Democrats. The Glyder ward was also vacant at the same time, after the death of the Plaid Cymru councillor. Plaid Cymru held the seat in the by-election held in July 2011, allowing the party to gain full control of the council with 38 seats, one seat being vacant at the time. By-elections held for the Dyfrywys, Mynolf Erin and Penrhyn-Dryth wards in September 2011 resulted in a gain for Plaid Cymru over Les Gwynedd, and a Plaid Cymru hold respectively. This ensured Plaid Cymru's control of the council, with no seat vacancies. Historic results. Electoral divisions, areas and committees. The council operates a decentralized system of administration, with 3 area committees: Arfon, Dwyfor, Meirionydd. Electoral divisions. The county borough is divided into 71 electoral wards returning 74 councillors. There are a number of elected community councils in the region. The following table lists council wards, communities and associated geographical areas. Communities with a community council are indicated with a *.